We don't wear pads out there, but we're in the thick of the action. Our only protection? A whistle and this little yellow flag. Think it's easy being a National Football League referee? Think again. It takes more out there than a knowledge of the game and a sharp eye. It takes guts to make the kind of calls that decide the fate of teams. Think you've got the guts? Then prove it in the NFL's Instant Replay, where we challenge you to make the right call. It's fast, it's tough, and if you prove to be good enough, you'll earn your stripes and join us on the All-Star roster. The challenge to become an NFL referee is about to begin. Let's take this time to get acquainted and get you settled in before it starts. We've set up a challenge made up of the toughest plays filmed over the last few years. You're the referee. You make the calls. Was that a holding penalty? Is the ball placed on the goal line or the 20-yard line? Is that a 5 or a 15-yard face mask penalty? You've got to know. It's divided into 3 rounds: the regular season, the playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Each play earns points for correct answers and, in some cases, points for being close. If you persevere and make it all the way through the Super Bowl round, you'll earn your stripes as an NFL referee. Now, in this first challenge round, the regular season, you'll see 16 plays, each with several possible calls. After the play, you'll have a few seconds to enter your choice. If you're playing with another referee, watch your indicators to see who answers first. Good luck, and here's the first play.
The Bengals quarterback is hit from behind and the ball pops loose. The Browns recover the ball at the 7 and run to the 2. What's the call? Ruling, fumble. Browns ball at the end of the run, the 2-yard line. A Buccaneers defensive back, while looking at the receiver, makes contact with him in the end zone. Defensive pass interference is called. How should it be enforced? Ruling, Vikings ball at the 1-yard line. The Chiefs' defensive end starts to move across the line of scrimmage. The Broncos' left tackle flinches. What's the foul? Even though the Chief moves first, the Broncos tackle must remain in his stance without moving. Ruling, Broncos false start. Loss of half the distance to the goal line. On a punt return, a 49er return man is tackled and the ball rolls forward and out of bounds. The Giants then attempt to recover the ball further downfield. What's the call? The Giants could not recover the fumbled ball inbounds. Ruling, 49ers ball at the spot of the fumble. The Falcons quarterback is hit by a defensive lineman. The quarterback manages to pass the ball, but toward an ineligible lineman. What's the call? The passer's arm started forward with the ball in possession. Then the ball became loose. Ruling, incomplete pass. A Falcon defensive back picks up a fumble and his face mask is grabbed at the 39-yard line. The runner is finally downed at the 43-yard line. What's the call? When a player's face mask is turned, twisted, or pulled, the penalty is loss of 15 yards. Ruling penalized the Chiefs 15 yards from the end of the run. The Cardinal quarterback begins to lean back, and the Eagles' defensive line starts into the neutral zone before the ball is snapped. What's the call? When the quarterback started to lean back, he drew the defensive team. Ruling, penalty for false start. The Bucs quarterback is hit in the back by Bears left end. A teammate recovers the loose ball and runs into the end zone. What's the call? Number 54 legally tackled the quarterback who fumbled. Ruling, touchdown. A Steeler player touches an onside kick before the ball has traveled 10 yards. A Cowboy then falls on the ball. What's the call? The touch of a short free kick by the Steelers and recovery by the Cowboys is legal. Cowboy ball at the spot of the recovery. The Cowboy quarterback throws the ball to the running back. The ball eventually hits the ground and the Giants attempt to recover. What's the call? Number 22 never had possession and control of the pass. Incomplete pass. A Giants punt is blocked in the end zone. The ball breaks the plane of the goal line and bounces back into the end zone, where it's recovered by a Giants player. What's the call? Whenever a punt is blocked, the kicking team is responsible for the impetus of the ball. Ruling, safety. While in the pocket, the Redskin quarterback is trapped in the end zone. He throws the ball forward where no receiver can catch the pass. What's the call? It is a safety when a passer who is in the pocket throws the ball away to prevent a loss of yardage in the end zone. On 1st and 10 at their own 12, the Jets quarterback fumbles the snap. Both the Falcons and the Jets attempt to recover. What's the call? The Jet fumble was never fully possessed by the Falcons. The Jets recovered their own fumble 1 yard in advance of the original line. Ruling, Jets 2nd and 9 at the 13. A Lions kickoff bounces in the field of play, then goes out of bounds at the 1 yard line. What's the call? When the first kickoff goes out of bounds, the ball belongs to the receiving team 30 yards from the spot of the kick. Ruling, Redskin ball at the 40-yard line. A 49er wide receiver is hit at the 12 and driven back to the 8 when the ball flies loose. What's the call? The receiver's forward progress was stopped at the 12-yard line. With the line of scrimmage at the 19, the Saints' right guard is called for holding at the 12. The quarterback ran out of bounds at the 32. What's the call? The penalty for an offensive foul committed in the field of play is half distance from the original line of scrimmage.
So far, so good. You missed some calls, but overall you did pretty well. I've got high hopes for you in the next challenge round. The playoff challenge round consists of 6 tough situations. Significantly tougher, we believe, than the last round. So be on your toes, because if you don't make it here, there'll be no second chances. So let's get started with the next round of the NFL's Instant Replay.
A Cowboys defensive back swings his right arm across the neck of a Packer wide receiver and brings him down. What's the call? Striking or clubbing to the neck of an opponent is illegal. Penalize the Cowboys 15 yards from the end of the run. With less than a minute to go in the half, the Lions quarterback is hit at the 30. The ball comes loose and a Lions player falls on it at the 36. What's the call? Fumble. The ball belongs to the Lions at the spot of the fumble, the 30-yard line. From a shotgun formation, the Bears quarterback shovels the ball forward. A Vikings defender recovers the ball behind the line of scrimmage. What's the call? It is an incomplete pass when the quarterback shoveled the ball forward to hit the ground. A Colts running back's face mask is grabbed at the 42-yard line. He manages to break away and make it to the 49. How should the foul against the Broncos be enforced? Since the face mask was clearly twisted, the penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run. On a broken play, the Charger quarterback tries to hand the ball forward to a running back. The ball hits the ground and a defensive player accidentally kicks the ball. Another Charger then falls on the ball. What's the call? When the ball hits the ground on a handoff to an eligible receiver, it is treated as a fumble. Further, there is no penalty for accidentally kicking a loose ball. Ruling, fumble with the Chargers recovering the ball. The 49ers running back dives to score a touchdown, then spikes the ball at the feet of a Jet. What's the call? As the foul occurred after the touchdown, the penalty is assessed on the return kick.
Squeaked by, didn't you? It's good that you've advanced and have a shot at the Super Bowl challenge round, since not many do. But you've got to really concentrate. You've got to know your stuff if you want to pass there. This is the Super Bowl challenge round. Time and again throughout the regular season and playoff rounds, you've made the right calls. Now it's time to turn it up a notch. There is no margin for error here. One mistake, and you'll be watching from the sidelines like every other wannabe. So let's get started. Here's the first play.
A Bills receiver is tackled and the ball becomes loose. A Bronco kicks the ball. It glances off the pylon and is recovered in the end zone. What's the call? A Bronco accidentally kicked the fumbled ball forward, so no foul. When it touched the pylon, the ball is dead in the end zone. Touchback. Eagles complete a pass to their tight end, who attempts a forward lateral from the Cardinals' 40-yard line. An Eagle lineman recovers the lateral at the Cardinal 28-yard line. Where do you spot the ball? The forward lateral is an illegal forward pass. Loss of down and a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the forward pass. The Steelers quarterback is tackled and the ball comes loose. An Oiler defender picks up the ball and runs for an apparent touchdown. What's the call? The quarterback fumbled just before hitting the ground. The Oilers legally recovered and advanced for a touchdown. The Charger right tackle grabs and twists the face mask of a Chiefs defensive end. The Chiefs intercept the pass and return it for a touchdown. What's the call? Turning or twisting the face mask of an opponent is a 15-yard personal foul penalty. Ruling: touchdown. Assess the penalty on the kickoff following the touchdown.
Nope. You didn't put up the numbers necessary to earn your stripes. The Super Bowl challenge round traditionally puts up the most difficult situations, and unfortunately, you ran into the limits of your knowledge of the rule book. Don't be discouraged, though. Even making it this far should be considered a success. Why don't you give it another shot?